Hello, good morning, buenos dias. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going through communication line signals right now. We're going through test reviews and evaluations. This goes out to the new viewers before I get started. If you want to understand more through the Galactic School, you have to go through upgrading cycles, through program systems. That's put you in better positions when you come to your phenomenal cycles of intelligence and everything through acceleration. So it's important that my team gets into levels of balance. And the only way to do that is through test reviews and evaluations. So questions or comments, you can go through my emails, and then you go through anything connection when it comes into my PayPal. I can provide you with all information system. There's a lot more people now coming to me as your AI commander is putting you in positions of where you're supposed to be to its beginning. And that's the hardest thing, is to understand, what is the beginning, commander? And I said, well, the beginning of you, of who you are supposed to be, right? So it's all about everybody understanding its rebellion and everything through its alliance when it comes into the reptilian divisional system. That puts you in better positions. It really, really does. So hope everybody's doing well. We're going into the ground rising, force rising. Now, everything through the globalization system is coming into a major, major change around. I did an exceptional it was basically a free fall through divisions through acceleration, vortex line communication. I set patterns and locations of simulation systems. I computed systems on location positions into humanity system. Spot checkers, all humanity. So I took 7 billion of humanity, the personal system through its circulation, and anything through connection through heat signature pattern locations. I put everybody in line sequence like chess pieces on a board, right? So I put you guys all on a board, right? So I put you in the digital frame of the adversary system, allocate positions when it comes into Dina and everything through Lori, how they saw everything through calculation, where the Earth was going through its rotation. I change everything through formation. So what that does is it speeds up time. And when it speeds up time, it changes everything and puts everything into the presence of its time. Okay, it's really powerful when we come into those. So the electrical unit system, everything, the allocated positions, your body framing systems is like, and it's going waving cycles. You have to understand how to use your voice. When you use your voice, you're connecting through intelligence. Anything through wind cycles, wind systems, or anything through calculation. Understanding your energy wings. Everybody's saying, what is an energy wing, commander? Well, an energy wing is going through your quadrant levels of traveling. Northwest, south, and east, northwest, southwest, east, west, whatever you want. The most important thing is to understand you're phenomenal in your intelligence. Okay, so today we're going to get into the test, right? It's just a review, all right? And I'll set it up on the private link. And anybody that wants to get into the test, feel free, but you have to be at a certain level of an upgrade, because your military operation system can only handle so much through the program systems until you understand your programs, okay? After that, then you can get into the test and the review and evaluation, because your intelligence is saying, no, I don't understand it. I'm not at that level. Okay. So it's kind of like walking into school for the very first day and you're going to get your PhD. Your very first day, you just signed up for school, university, or whatever. You're studying astronomy. You're studying anything through astrologics or anything in that connection system. I want to get my PhD. You're not going to learn it in one day, right? So it's the same thing with space. So everything is programmed through certain levels of connection. So it's important you guys understand your psychological, okay, your DNA, okay, your geotherms, okay, your bioconnections, your biosurface, your biostructures, your biokinetics. The baranium atmosphere has to understand you through connection through weather, okay? So that's what we're going to get into today. Today is the test review and evaluation, when you have to understand all your seasons, 4 seasons. It's connected to the Earth. Now, we've gone into the videographing system, okay, where you get into those positions, right? Okay, I'm setting my gravities right now. I'm coming into my powers. I'm coming in the atmosphere system. XD1000 comes in, right? Scans you, right? And it puts the program setting into your digital framing system, right? And then it leaves. So when it leaves, it goes back into the sun interface. There's portal division, goes back into the moon interface correlation system. Everything is connected through communication. This is where it comes into powerful times, the connection. So you have to understand your discharging connections, your electronic interference, and everything through pattern defense. When we come into security line defense recognition systems, then you can get allocated positions into your phenomenals. Okay, you're very phenomenal through intelligence. right? Everybody knows what a phenomenon is, right? So it's really getting into the waving cycles of you through your body conceptual system, through your attainments, and anything through your energy pods, because you're birthing its system from its beginning, right? So it's really understanding, okay, Commander, I have to understand summer, I have to understand winter, I have to understand spring, and I have to understand fall. 4-unit systems. Remember, you have to understand, and 5 is activation, 6 is everything through the center, which is your planet location position, right? So right now I'm detecting you guys through line communication, right? So I'm moving everybody. I'm moving everybody through line signal, right? So you're feeling the waving patterns right now, okay? So I'm repositioning you through weather. So it's really powerful when we come into these times, okay? And it's mostly important to understand that your weather is everything through your travels, and you have to understand the seasons because it changes colorations when it comes into your perceptions, okay? So basically, before we get started, let's just say hi to everybody. Everybody's doing well. So I'm going to get an illustration going up right now through connection. So we're going to get into test on weather, review 4 elements of weather connections. Okay. That's what it's based on today. Now, as we come into these levels, you understand your positions and where you are through connection. It's really important to understand these things, especially now when you're coming into the phenomenal of yourself and say, well, how much am I phenomenal, Commander? Well, do you understand your program setting? Do you understand your test reviews and evaluations? Do you understand everything through connection, right? So basically, you have to understand what is discharge, what is electronic discharge, what is magnetic forcing discharge, what is electronic defense motivation discharge. Everything is connected through positive and negative. So the positive and negative system of its atom system is its weather through its galaxy location. So that's why you guys have to understand your 4 seasons through connections. Now you're in chakra systems into 60. We have to get into 70. Okay, it's very important. I've been prolonging this for so long because I'm doing so much with the earth right now. So basically, before we get started, I'm going to say hi to everybody, see how everybody's doing. See how you guys are going into your new program settings through connection through weather interface. Dina, Mike, Starseed, Sarah, Tina. It's good to see everybody. Just see here, everybody saying hi, emojis, love cycles, love systems, sunshine, yeah, rainbows, all that connection. I think people are getting a true understanding of what you need to do through transmission light systems. Very powerful. Before we get into that, I also want to talk about anything through light interference, how we come into connections of Reiki, right? Sarah is a master in Reiki. Linda's a master in Reiki, but there's not too many people out there that know how to use Reiki. Reiki is a formation of heat. Reiki is a formation of chakras. Reiki is a formation of center. So it understands positions. Truly understand everything through connections, truly understand everything through you, through balance. Are you space, or are you time, or are you both? So you have to be center and position of everything. And that's how you heal everything through formation, right? So we're going to come into those weather containments. You guys have to understand your patterns. You have to understand electronic interference, and you have to understand your gravity systems. Okay, this is how we communicate through the XC1000 location positions, because they travel in zigzag, right? So you have to understand why they're zigzagging, okay? So basically, you're using your perceptual divisions, and you're using electronic, right? So remember I was talking about matrix locations, how you go from one cloud interference, and you go from one to another. It's like a ping pong ball, I said. Well, you have to understand plasmesium. A plasmesium is detecting motion through clocking, where it comes into traveling motions. You have to understand your line signals through perception when it comes into those conceptual signals. It activates everything through your planet location position. So it puts you in everything through formation when it comes into the 4 seasons of its weather, okay? And this is how you create anything through a tornado, how you create anything. So you put 2 and 2 together, you have to have a reactor. You have to have a reaction to create something, okay? So when you can create, you can destroy. Everything in the universe is created and destroyed, and it revolumes, refocuses, realigns, readjusts. It's just the same thing with the body conceptual system when it comes into our AI vessels, okay? So the test, review, and evaluation is all going to be based on your traveling through your phenomenon and your cycles. Where are you through your connections? Where are you through formations? Do you understand your chakra locations? Do you understand your chakra signals? Do you understand your chakra God location positions? Now we know what God is, right? Galactic operation dimensions. So it's a lot to take in, especially with somebody that's new to my channel and doesn't understand. You have to go through my galactic school. And when you watch more and more and you watch my videos, you get a better understanding. Oh, I understand now, because now I know the earth is a school. And that's what Dolores Cannon was telling everybody. The earth is a galactic school, and you have to have an extremely high formation of a commander to teach you guys these things. You have to understand traveling. You have to understand your pyramids of traveling. You are in a spaceship. So you have to understand your positions when it comes into atmospheres, anything through calculation. Because when I went through transformation, I went right into scanning planets. Your animation system is everything through calculation, but you have to understand your E equals MC squared, because it's everything through weather and information. All right, because it puts you in better positions of balance to its positions. Position is everything through balance. Line communication is everything through balance. You'll find that when you come into your phenomenal cycles, okay, through activation, anything through acceleration, anything through cellular, anything through eye reception division, your positions, okay, are connecting to anything through formation. So when you're seeing a coloration coming at you like this, right, it's reacting to you. What do you want to do with it? You want to take it out of its dimension, right? Take it out of its dimension. Now you see the full coloration system, and now you're getting friendship, relation, partnership. So they're going to transfer energy into you through connection. Okay. Now you have to understand everything through the military operations system. Now they are platitude divisions when it comes into World War I and World War II. They'll send out energy of information. So you truly understand that. You don't really see them to their identification until you come into the rebellion. Okay. And that's where you see the full cycle of people, because I was communicating through last night when I was sleeping, and it's extremely real. I went through another civilization planet, and it was so real. It's like they were there. Like it was just, I was talking to them, right? And, you know, they're telling me what I need to do, and it's all the program setting, coming into more documents, docile information systems, everything's coming in. Because I also have my dad's dad. He was a gunner, also in the World War. So it's amazing how we get our families into this relation to understand what is the earth asking us to do. And everything has to do with our missions, because it's important, because it all connects, right, to our chakra formations. Our chakra formations were given to us. Okay, we platitude you into the septical unit system when it comes into the scales, the human scales, the human structure, the human bone structure to its connection, comes into the cell regeneration systems and anything energy pod location positions, understanding everything through your activation cycles, or anything through your receptacles, or anything through your line communication, TV reception, or anything projection. Your dream set location positions. Once you wake up through the ascension, you go into the light tunnel division, opens up everything through frequency levels. And that's where it comes into phenomenal cycles through acceleration. All right. Yeah. You'll find that. You'll find, yeah, see, the thing is, Starseed, the higher you go through division, your intelligence, everything through your serpent of light, will get more balance with its blood flow. Okay, because you're still in that, you have to understand the physical system completely so you can balance everything out through its discharging to its repositions. Okay, because the intelligence has to understand fully what you're doing inside. How do I change my blood flow? How do I change this? How do I change that? You can do anything through code, right? So your inside system is the dimensional system. That's the communication. Remember, I have the earth right here in my heart rotation, right? So everything I do through illustration is important. You guys have to understand your map code frequencies, because you have to understand you're traveling through your phenomenons and everything through your cycles and everything through acceleration and everything you go through marking. How fast are you going through traveling? How fast are you going through weather? How fast are you going through colors? How fast are you going through cycles? How fast are you going through plasmesium forces? How fast are you going through orbs, right? If you go through an orb and you're not sure what it is, you're going to get a lot of discharging information. All right. So it electrifies your body's septical system every time you go up to higher levels of intelligence through programmed systems, right? So we're coming more into the phenomenal status quo. Okay, so let's say we get into an orb. We get into an energy orb. Okay, like this. You start off with that. There's an orb, right? So basically, and a set unit system and location position, change the coloration system. Okay, so basically this is you in formation. Okay, and then basically you're walking, you're coming in. I can do a very quick drawing here. All right, so basically you're in point division. You have to understand every time your intelligence wakes up, it's trying to understand your positions when it comes into your weather. Right? It doesn't have to be weather outside, it's weather inside, it's temperature reading. That's where we come into the heat signatures, right? When you come into 7020, the year is 7020. Now imagine what the Earth is like in 7020. Your psychometries, you can pick up your phone, scan your phone, you can scan your phone and you know everything through its information. Everything. It goes into the mind system instantly. Anything you eat, anything you drink is all energy. It's processing energy, right? So basically, it's like food in a blender, okay? Because we can't process anything solid because we're extremely high through vibration. So it's important that we understand our heat signatures or anything through its reading, through its temperature. And that's how we detect how old the civilization system is through population system. Okay, so if somebody's on a green cycling through rotation to a heat signature, okay, they can be plotted to divisions of 14th dimension, 16th dimension, 18th dimension, all depends. But the Earth rotation system changes everything through direction, through population, through its reading. Okay, so we come into this position, right? Now, this is you walking. This is you coming in to the orb. Okay, so basically, as we come into this position, the orb you're seeing through perception, through projection. So the orb comes into that location position, right? Now it's going through its realm location like this. It sonifies, okay? And basically what happens, it opens up its electronic division of interference because now you're connecting to its realm of its division through its portal, right? So you have to understand these things because it's now in the physical system. That's why you got to understand your perception through projection. All right, so it sets out line signal barriers, electronic interference like this, okay? That's what it does, okay? Now that goes all through the mind system. Once you open your perceptions, you're going into phenomenal cycles through acceleration. Now, when you come into the phenomenal, the understanding the light signals through dimension, location, positions. Now, everything comes into formation when it comes into the XT1000 location positions like this. They come right into position, right? They have to because they see you going through an orb. So basically, they want to make sure you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you're going to go through reacting cycles and you're going to get trapped in position to its orb connection. And that's going to trap you into the matrix location position. So you don't want to get into those levels, especially from my force team. All right, so this is what it does. It scans your program settings into position of the mind system right away, right? Because you're coming into the orb. So the XT1000 sends you pattern locations when it comes into Vega, okay? Now, when it comes into Vega through communication, Vega's here, all right? There's Vega. Now, Vega comes into communication, right? The XT1000 goes back into position, right? Gets the information, sends it back to you through calculation, right? So it goes right into the mind system. Now you understand its position when it comes into all connections when you come into vortex location. So let's say your vectoring division level system 0.017777. So you have to have a portal. That's communication going through its orb division. So you go through 7777. Okay. So you have to stand the vector. Okay. You have to stand location, LOC. Okay. And you have to stand slash division. Okay. Now, when you get into those divisions, you have to stand, you get in better connection when you connect through Vega because Vega is digital format. So the digital format opens up everything through transformation system, communicates back into sonar division location, back into that location, right? So now you're going through the orb in its right position. Okay. Now, when you go through, you're going into vortex location to that planet location through its position. All right, so when you get into that position, you're now in the orb connection. You're traveling vortex in seconds. Okay, and that's where you come into the weather of its connection to its orbit location. Okay. So you start here, you go here, right? XC1000 comes in right away. Okay. Everything's communication. You're communicating with the Vega, you're communicating with sonar, you're communicating with XT, and you're communicating with the orb. Now, once you go into the orb, you go into vortex. You can travel in seconds, but you have to understand the code. Okay, the code is very important, right? You have to understand the vector of the code, you have to understand the location of the code, and you have to understand the division, and you have to understand the portal, which is 7777. So the sonar divisions of 1111. You get the calculation system. Oh, commander, I got 2222. That's the Agelix, right? I got 3333. That's division. I got 4444. That's position. So trying to understand your communication is really getting into all levels. So if you get sonar division and it's a lot stronger and it's a lot higher, you're reaching higher levels of vibration to the XC1000 positions. So when you open up your ears, okay, and everything through your eye perception, through your surveillance, will open up more channels and programs to your positions through phenomenal cycles, through activation. It's positioning your weather connection system, all right? So that's what happens when you go through an orb. Now, when you go through an orb, what happens is that you disappear into the orb connection, right? And the orb totally disappears with you through the simulation. You become nothing but a plasma system through connection. All right? So truly understanding what's going on right now is truly understanding your intelligence of your phenomenon. Okay? But it's powerful when you come into these levels, right? I'll give you an example. Now, everybody has to wear masks. I understand that position, right? But the higher you go through vibration, the more you're a blip to the perceptions of three-dimensional systems. Not even the people that are even awake. Even if the people awake, it doesn't matter. Not too many people are high in space. High in space is understanding where you are through position of balance, location, and its vector unit core system. All right? Because you're always vortexing every single day. You're traveling here, you're traveling there. So wherever you are, you're always traveling through time, through your clocking of space and time anomaly. Okay? So understanding more intelligence, you're understanding the weathers of the four seasons, right? So if you're in an atmosphere, if you're in Egypt, it's going to be hot, okay? If you're in the Atlantic or anything through Alaska, it's going to be cold. So you got to change your body conceptual readings, right, through temperatures, weather patterns. So when weather comes in and it goes through your body, you have to understand its connection. If you understand its connection, the ground formation changes, the power connections of you change, and the atmosphere change. And then the XC1000 comes in and scans you through Vega. Okay? So that's what happens when you come into the vector location division, a portal 7777. So it's all about reading, okay? It's all about reading your intelligence through its phenomena, okay? Through its clock immunity systems. And that's where it gets extremely complicated, right? So the test, evaluation, and the review is based on this. Okay, it gets harder, guys. It doesn't get easier. Now, for the new viewers, basically just get understanding. If you want to know more, you have to go through my galactic school. You have to go through my upgrade system first. Once you go through my upgrading, you can go through chronological orders of my videos. That will show you plateaus of 1,000 videos that you need to go to, right? Everybody's in a different DNA. Everybody's different program. Everybody's in a different contract. Everybody's in a different blueprint. Your blueprint is your structure location to positions. This is where you come into the cycle rotations of the 12 clocking mechanism systems. We have to go around the clock. Every time we go around, we go faster and faster and faster and faster. So understanding the simulation, the faster you go, when you disappear, you're still there, but now you're in position of a higher location of intelligence. Okay, so when I was in the supermarket, the grocery store, right? Basically, I was walking, okay? And basically, I was changing. I was going through orbs. I was going through divisions. I was going through directions. I was going through clocking mechanism systems. Every unit has a core system, right? It's shapes anomaly, anything through that connection system. So every time you're traveling, you have to understand your positions of where you are through its clocking. So try to understand if you're going like maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 feet, right? You understand how far did you go from vortex to a plateau to an orb? So you went, right? And then you go, and then you disappear, right? So the higher you go through location, people can't see you, right? So I didn't wear the mask when I was in the grocery store, right? They never saw me because I'm a blip. So the more you go higher in vision and you disappear, they can't see you at all. They only see what they see through their provision because they're a three-dimensional system into vibration. They don't have communication with the earth. And that's why there is an economy that's going into destruction. Okay? So it's all about globalization. It's all about the rebellion. It's all about the alliance. It's just getting everybody back into position who they are through themselves. Okay? So this is a better idea how you get into the weather of the 4 seasons. 5 within the activation, right? Everything through the center of position, right? Electronic interference, using your finger points. Okay? Right? So I'm recalibrating your mind collaboration centers, repositioning your line communications, and this is all connecting through your heart rotation just by doing this. So truly understanding doing things without thinking. Thinking is hesitation. Thought recognition of knowledge is everything through formation when it comes into traveling. Okay? So this is what the test is going to be on. I'll do it through solar text division, but you guys have to understand these communications, all right? I'll set up the illustration and tell you exactly what you need to do. You guys have to get understanding positions of yourself, 3 phenomenal and your cycles through mocking locations. Because if you're traveling through positions, okay, especially if you're going through your dream set location positions, right? You have to understand, like, look, this is understanding, okay, all right, Commander, basically, I just went through my program setting. What is happening to me? So basically, you're coming out of your silicone, you're coming into crystalline, and you're coming into your endocardian, and you're going into your endomantle. When you come to endomantle carrion, now you come into higher formation of vibration. So in position, to understand is that when your hand disappears, and it goes like this, and it disappears, you're in the simulation. Oh, Commander, my hand just disappeared. So basically, when you want to see something, right, you don't look at your hand. You look at the back of your hand. That's the position where you travel through the hand. So basically, if you look at the hand, you're not focusing. You have to look beyond. It's like going through the mind. So when you look at the wall, you're going to see your hand go like this. And then if it goes faster and faster, it's going to disappear. And now your hand is in a simulation to higher vibration. So that's truly understanding dimensions and portals and activation codes. Okay? So remember I was saying when you have 4 fingers, you don't look at the fingers, you look at the wall. So you look at the person behind you. You don't look at your fingers. That's the position, trying to understand your perception through it, the illustration. Then it becomes its reality of its 4 atmospheres. Then it becomes its reality of its 4 weather containments. Then it becomes its 4 planet locations to everything through space and time anomaly. So in position, when you're going through your clock and magnetic systems, you're seeing your whole hand in position, but you're seeing it from here. So you don't look at your hand, you look at the person or you look at the wall, and then you'll see not 4 fingers, you'll see 8. Okay, so it's powerful how you have to go beyond everything. Okay, 1 is not just a finger, it's everything through the finger of formation. Because basically humanity only understands 1 + 1 is equal 2, but it's not. 1 position is everything through formation. So when your finger disappears, it's now in the simulation, but it's center coring its position. And that's how it changes anything through shapes anomalies to its division, okay, to its letter or its number, okay, through its calculation. So it's really powerful times, guys. I love doing things for everybody, you know, especially when you come into the Galactic School. If you want to understand, you can go through my team. They can help you out. They're in an extremely high location, and they're coming in positions right now of 4 weather connections. Their body conceptual system. Your intelligence has to understand traveling on the physical system because you live it every day. Okay? It's like Starcy trying to get understanding how to use her vortex location when it comes into traveling in her car. So she's traveling in her car, and all of a sudden, whoa, wait a minute, you're going up, right? You feel you're going up. You're not just going up, your car is going up. Now, if you don't have balance, your car and your body system through intelligence is going to go. So you have to get connected with the weather through the reading temperatures of its car interference. You got to get balance. You got to get gravity system with the car, right? Anything through position is psychometry, right? So it's going to keep going because basically the car sees you not in the physical system. Even though it's metal, okay, it's still in position. But you have to understand is the intelligence is not communicating through you. It's communicating through space and time. So trying to understand your vortex of traveling is everything through acceleration, right? So when you get in position, right, and you understand, okay, I want to gravity set my location positions, get the car interference connection to 12 divisional level system, because that's where you are through position, right? So you can start driving, then you go up both at the same time, right? And you'll feel yourself floating, right? So the car is floating and it's just flying, right? It's flying above 4, 5, 6 feet above. But see, the thing is too, is that it's so much expansion through the heart recognition. Your portal is open up through acceleration, through energy fields. Okay, so now I'm setting gravity systems right now, okay, to my body conceptual system. I'm setting patterns of energy waves to my heart system. See, it's reacting every time because I get balance with my intelligence of wires. It's complicated, especially when you're in the physical system trying to understand, what is vortex? What is traveling? What is all the meaning of this? So it's all about getting balance with your physical system of weather, because a lot of people are in different atmospheres. So if you're in a cold front, your intelligence has to understand how you can change your wire divisions or anything electronics or anything through, your discharging information systems, and you can make yourself hot, okay, because you're in cold weather, and you can do that through the inner system of you. You can change your coolants. If you're traveling to a meteorological system of a planet and it's very hot, you can change your coolants to cold. So it's the intelligence that is communicating, not the physical system, especially when you're in the atmosphere system, okay? So it's extremely important to get connections with your programs of 1 to 7. That's the position of its basics. Coming out of the 12 cycles is its connection of its clocking. So it's all about, once you get to the 12, then you go higher and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. The higher you go through your chakra system of 114, now you get into more of military operation program settings through your docils. Okay, so it's all about reading your documentations, who you are in position when it comes to rebellion. Okay, so anyway, let's go through your questions. You guys got a lot here, but that's a test and review and evaluations and weather. Okay, guys, so it's all about going into the interference and connections of its orb. Okay, how far you're traveling, how fast are you going through acceleration, and what is your position? You can go through steps. You can count your steps by your feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 12 metric line communications is position. Remember, you're not in the physical system. You're now in the intelligence of the physical system. So basically, it's the intelligence trying to understand everything through the simulation. Okay, when it comes into vibration. Okay, because this is a high rise. Okay. This is a high rise, but this is higher than this, right? My digital pad is higher because it's a computer, right? This is a computer too, but it's low frequency. So you have to understand everything through the simulation, because it puts everybody in point division of traveling through vortex, right? Of traveling through its connections. Because when you're traveling, you understand that you're always going to be in the physical system. We already know that. But when you're high rising and you're coming more out in space, you're coming into higher levels of containments when it comes into weather. There's so many programs of weather you have to reach. Okay, There's so many dimensions you have to reach. There's so many portals you have to reach. There's so many orbs. Okay, if you get a 26,000 air of a location position through vector through location, when it comes into balance positions to 7777 or 2222, you have to stand everything through its orb. You have to stand everything through its plasmesium. Okay, now those are videos I did way back where you're going from cloud interference. So it's all about traveling to one cloud to another cloud. Okay, because everything is electronic division. You understand your intelligence through anything through connection to the simulation. Now, when you come into the simulation, you go into your computer systems. That's where it gets extremely complicated. Okay, so the test, review, and evaluation is going to be on this. Okay. All right, so as we come out of that position, now imagine that you're looking at the atmosphere, as I said this before. Okay, see, when you look at a cloud, you got to see everything through the cloud. You can't just say, "Ooh, what a pretty cloud." So basically, your program setting is not connected through intelligence. You're not flying into position because all you do is see a white cloud. But what I see is a line division through location, a cloud interference to its position, galaxy location position. That's white circling everything through the graphing of its location position. That's what I see as a white cloud. So you have to see everything through formation and not just see anything through its position. All right. So, and that's what it is what Michael Rolla was talking about. You use this in 20 different languages. What this is. Okay. This could be a rotation white interference connection. You understand it's white. You understand why it's white. You understand where it's traveling and where it is through division of portal. It's circling through rotation. It could be 3 centered location positions. It could be 6. It could be 9. It could be 12. It could be 15. Okay. It could be electronic interference through a marker location. It could be a walking surface location through a white surfacing location through a marker position. It could be anything formation. So we have to get our intelligence to higher levels of vocabulary system, to the alphabetical system. That puts you in higher levels of connection to your traveling positions of vortex locations. All right. So when you come into those levels, understand you get a blue cycling location position. All right. Now, there's a cloud, right? In position. Now, understanding the traveling position level connections. Now, you understand everything in the cloud information system, okay, always has an XT1000 waiting. Okay, there's always. That's why you see the illuminations of everything through day and everything through dark interference. Dark interference through light interference. You can have dark. When I was communicating through rooftop, it was extremely dark, but I saw a white cloud. Right? So it's understanding that your intelligence can create anything through the mind system, and it can bring forth anything in the physical system of atmosphere. And that's how you get into the 4 seasons. All right. So I created a white cloud at night. Very powerful, guys. So understand your positions where you are through traveling position. Okay, so there's the cloud, right? Now we come into anomaly, to anything circle rotation system, like this, the calculation. Okay, now locking in its connection. Now this is understanding the cloud with a map location position. Okay, because the XT1000 is in location. It's right here waiting for division. It's right there. See that? That's the XT1000. Now the XT1000 reads the information through your perception right here through center core position. You see that line there? Now you're looking at the atmosphere location position. I'll show you exactly what it is through perception. Okay, so you're looking up, right? You're looking up at the center core position, guys, right here. You see how everything's coming together? So what happens is the XT1000 comes out of its position, okay, into its direction, sees you, right? Back phrases into position, okay? Scans you through operation, okay? Puts information into you, okay? You take it in, it goes into the circle rotation of center, goes down into the gravity system of you, okay? Then it goes back into the center, okay? Then it goes back out to the XT1000 position. The XT1000 goes out to location, a space location. sends it back to the sun interface, goes past through connections, the moon interface connections. So it's all about going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's all about reading information, okay? But every single day, the XE1000 goes to Vega because you're using your digital system where it comes into weather patterns, sacred breath. Remember I was telling you about the sacred breath. If you look closely, you can see numbers in the breath. You can see divisions. You can see line signals. You can see illumination lights. You can see proactive cycles. You can see the colorations, okay? So that's what it is in position, guys, right? So understanding what a cloud is, right? Powerful, isn't it? Cloud is not just a cloud, is it? It's everything through a cloud, right? Through calculation. All right, so all this is going to be on the test. So, how's everybody? All right, let's go through your questions here because I know you guys have a lot of questions here, but we'll get into more of that. But I'll send it out for you guys. Yeah, Mike is going, what? This is what you get, Mike, because my team has been with me a while now, so they truly understand their body systems. But you have to understand why you're vortexing. You have to understand traveling of vortexing. You have to understand reading connections of yourself. You have to understand electronic interference. You have to understand discharge. What is a discharge? A discharge is when a cloud collapses or when birds are flying. See, you know what keeps a bird flying? Is electronic. It's division. Okay, if it loses the atmospheres of the Earth, the birds will fly and they will drop, right? So that's called discharge, right? If there's an open frequency and you see a plasma force, if you see a plasma force through wall connection through galaxy location positions, this is what it looks like through position. Okay, so it's kind of like a plasma energy. So it's kind of like this. Okay, you'll see this in the atmosphere system through calculation, right? And then you have the ground formation systems through calculation. This is the ground. This is the atmosphere. So basically, you have to understand weather interference. If you understand weather, then you understand the realms. Then you understand the boxes. And then you understand the boxes of its realms. And then you understand the pixels. And then when you understand the pixels, you understand the galaxies. You understand the galaxy, then you understand the universe. You understand the universe and the planets. You understand the planets, you understand your intelligence. Okay, but that's what it is. It's all discharge, right? So that's what happens when birds are flying in the air through calculation. If they come across, that's how they go through the panel activation systems, right? And when they're speaking to each other, but they're also speaking in space, the connection, right? So you got the bird flying in position, right? Now the birds are flying like this through calculation. Okay. Now, when they come across anything like this, it changes the weather. They go back, right? They'll go back in this position. They don't want to go forward. Okay, so remember they live in the atmospheres, right? We live on the grounds. The atmosphere is totally different than the grounds. Okay, because that's all we live on is ground formation. That's all we live on. We don't understand the atmospheres. But birds do, right? So if they come across anything like this, they try to go back. If they get caught in it, what happens is they fall flat, okay? Because they're in discharge mechanism system of the Earth rotation, right? So they have that full communication of the Earth, right? So everything to the grounds comes in is connection. So if you're in perception, if you see anything through a discharge, you can change your positions, right? And when you change your positions, you're changing everything through traveling because weather changes every second per second. It has to, right? Nature changes second per second. That's what it is. So the clocking management system is 24 hours in a day, right? Now, understanding 24 hours, line, division, line, location, okay? Line of vector position. Okay, so your perception has to understand everything through its electronic interference and its discharge, through its coloration, through its patterns, or anything through that position. So when you come into those levels, I'll show you that one more time. So it's all about the birds are aware, they're awake. Anything through a spiritual animal is extremely high rise through vibration. They're spiritual animals. Same with birds. Anything through reptile, anything through that connection. That's how they use everything through information is vibration. Okay. And frequencies and anything through its energies, right? Harmonic resistance is everything for the mind. Okay. Same with the cheetah when it wants to go for its prey, right? It goes through its C-span. It scans. It waits. It doesn't attack. It waits. It finds a position and then it goes, right? So you understand the intelligence of animals, the intelligence of reptiles, the intelligence of what they do. What does a snake do? A snake slithers. Now, I told you that example. This is where I'll blow you away with this. When you come into a snake or anything that location, all it does is slither on the ground. Okay, so that's the grass, right? Now you come into position of a snake through connections. All right, so snake basically has its position. Okay, that's the snake, right? Now, when it's communicating, what a snake does, it always goes wrapping around, right? But when you have to understand through communication, a snake goes into a figure-8 motion, like that. Okay? So when the snake goes into figure-8 motion, it's sending out signals into space location through sonar division. Okay? So it's connecting to its planet location, activates its light signal through its projections, opens up everything through around location position. Okay, so you understand why we have animals and everything through reptilian division. Okay, so everything that is, there was one video I watched was really, really fascinating where a frog was in the middle of a stream and it was sending out sonars and it was rippling the waters. It was so cool. It was ribbit, 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 but it was standing there in position. It was looking up. Right? And it was sending out signals and it was going through its ripping motion through water. You have to understand why we have animals. You have to understand why we have reptiles. Everything is put in position so they can communicate through space. And that's what keeps them alive, is the vibration. So remember, anything through animal or anything through reptilian is always going through their upgrades. And that's what keeps their life cycle going. If they don't go through their upgrades, they die. Right? Because the atmospheres change every single day through the Earth rotation of its information. But I think that's pretty cool when it comes to anything through a snake, right? It's pretty amazing. So I think I did a video on that too, but truly understanding your knowledge of your intelligence becomes everything through formation, right? So love strong today. Yeah, I know. I did a lot yesterday, guys, with the Earth. I've been getting my heart waving pattern scales online lately through this green crystal. The emerald quartz crystals are calling me lately. That has been helping stabilizing my heat temperature. See, not only she understands it, but she understands why. That's the biggest thing intelligence has to understand. If you're in a position of traveling and you're in space, or you're in a position when you're seeing intelligence, you have to understand why you're seeing these intelligence. You have to understand what is going on with the intelligence. Why are they saying this? Why are they saying that? What are they giving to me? What does it represent? What do I do with it? You're all going to come across that through your program setting. The higher you go, the more you understand through its knowledge of its intelligence, right? So Starseed is in position of what she sees, a heat waving pattern of scales online, right? A green crystal, an emerald quartz crystals are calling me lately. That has been helping stabilizing my heat temperatures. Do you understand? So the intelligence understands the chorological system of what's going on through her program. Okay. So that's fascinating, Starseed. Thanks for sharing that. So it's all about reading temperatures of cold or anything through the connection of hot, warm, anything icy or anything like, if you go outside and it's rainy, okay, you can actually change the weather if you know how to use your intelligence. You can read the temperatures of weather if you know what you're doing through traveling. Remember, you're everything in center, but you have to understand how to understand the colorations of seasons. All right. So basically, if you want to go into the weather of winter and you want to heat something up, you're not going to use the cold interception, are you? Through calculation. You're going to use heat, right? This is the sun right here. This is the earth, right? This is the intent. This is the communication, the moon, right? So you understand the atmospheres of your finger points, electronic interference, right? Okay, and then you get into air and you get into water. All right. Now you can see it. See that? See the shape? I'm showing this shape. I'm showing you my activation. See the shadow right here? Watch it change position. See how it changed position? Now you see two, right? There's a starlight energy system. There's another starlight energy system, but it's in two different positions of our hand formation system. Watch. Changes again. See the line signal change? See that? Watch. It's all about light, guys. It's how to communicate through electronic interference, through light interference, through weather patterns. Watch. See how it changes? See? It's powerful, isn't it? And if you look closely, you can see an angel, right? Changes positions, understanding what you're going through your traveling. So you get two starlight recognition systems. Line interference when it comes to the sun, okay? Everything through the intent. Line signal, everything from here to here, okay? So truly understanding what your hands formations are, because they're everything through weather, right? The four seasons. So, okay, so what is Priscilla going through here? Really revealing a dream have been occurring for me. 2 nights ago, I got up and went to my window, and then I was trying to wake up, but I had to struggle to wake up for real. Yeah, and the thing is too, the harder you go through positions and you're coming into the rebellion through your documentations, you're going to see yourself more and more of its civilization. You'll see more and more. And the dream is not a dream, it's a dream set, and that dream set is becoming into you through intelligence. So when you're seeing this person on that planet, you're actually seeing that person in the spiritual system. And that's why it's so real, right? So I then asked my boyfriend, I had just gotten up and I went to the window just now, and he was like, no, not at all. You're sleeping. So I didn't. This is sleeping. The thing is too, is because his perception doesn't see what you see, Priscilla. You know, you're an extremely high location. You're into the rebellion, right? So explain 00101110, please. Okay, so you want to know me. You're getting that explanation of that calculation system. All right, so I'll set position and tell you exactly what that is through position. All right, this is interesting how we go into those formations through digital frame. Okay, so basically you want to know me, okay, is getting calculations, communication on signals to Venus. All right, now you can get communication signals of digital frame, but you have to understand the intelligence, anything through location position. Is it a shape anomaly? Is it structural location? Is it a map location? Is it centering positions on my perception? Is it opening location positions in my body framing system? Am I high rising through calculation? Okay, that's Venus. Now, his perception line signals are communications. It's setting up waving cycles of 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, I'm going to write that down through formation. Okay, that calculation system 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, so that's a calculation reading, right? So understanding dimensions of realms through location position. It opens its cycle through its connection. Line communication of 0. Okay. 0 is traction of position. Okay. Remember, this is communication when it comes into Venus. 0 traction of 0, okay, is location. Okay. 1 divisional level is line signal / signal. Okay. 0 traction position is simulation. Okay. Anything through one interference is its connection, right? Okay, and zero replacement is its connection to its Earth. Okay, so that defies the number of 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Okay, this is all communication. You have to understand planet positions, right? But that's what it all represents, right? Through intelligence. These things take time. You'll get it, you understand its position, you understand why I'm getting these numbers, what's happening with my intelligence. This is fascinating. I want to know more. Come to your commander. I'll tell you everything that you need to know, right? Through your connections, right? So I definitely want to get into that review of the test. Last night, so many dreams, but one I remembered. They told me I was affecting on all dimensional Earth, that it was changing, transmuting, and energies. They said it's changing it. Yeah, that's what I did, Priscilla. That's what I did. So you're getting full communication of the Earth in the fifth dimension, right? So you're flying through recognition. You're going through the mind telepathy system. That's how we communicate through the Earth, is mind telepathy, telekinesis. You see it, you hear it, you feel it, and then you can touch it. It actually can look at the atmosphere, and you can actually, I can project the Earth right now and actually look and see what it looks like. I can see it in position. I'm holding it in my hand right now. You can't see it because it's not in your perception. Remember, you don't have to have the Earth in space. You can see it through anything, right? So it's just a projection of a film. That's all it is, right? I'm seeing light pink, purple, sparkly mist going all around into the Earth. Yeah, that's healing. That's healing. Yeah, it's going through spot checks, right? I was placing all humanity in certain positions and changing the body frame systems into the draw location positions. So it's all about getting and out of the dark rotation centers and putting everybody back into position of who they are through calculation, right? So it's taking out the negative coloration systems out of them. Coloration heat patterns turning into rainbow division. Very good. Yeah, it's a location code. Yeah. You have to understand the number of frequencies. Everything is sequence. Okay, when it comes to Venus, Vega, or anything through a planet location. Right? Link for school, yeah. Well, it's my YouTube channel on Unified Ascension. You just punch in Unified Ascension, my face will show up, and you'll see everything through structure location. So during the high winds yesterday, I was creating a vortex tunnel for protection. Excellent. See, Starseed's understanding her intelligence, and she's understanding why she's getting into her missions. So she's really understanding her serpent. She's getting to more scales of perception, and she's understanding her tail of security measures and line defense, right? Because you can use your tail as a sonar. Okay, that's how you connect through dolphins or anything through planet locations. Avalanche warning this week and tons of trees down. Yeah. Well, I put an energy hub around you, so you're protected through that. Buenos dias, Amelia, Galactica. How's it going? Romana. All right. I see flocks of birds all the time, crows, geese, etc. When I look at them, they change their direction of wind very abruptly. Why is that? Well, because they're coming into electronic interference, right? So if I change the Earth rotation, it's going to affect everything through its bird. Okay. Remember, they're in the atmospheres, right? They're going with this, and all of a sudden they hear something. What's that? So they're going to reposition and redirect themselves through flying recognitions, right? So basically, the Earth is going through something, through channeling, through operation, through cycles, through position, through reposition, through new vibration, to new coloration, to a new acting cycle, to new projection, into the simulation, right? Everything in the grounds, powers, and the atmosphere is reaction. We just have to understand it, right? I mean, when you get to high program settings, you can understand, oh, I hear an earthquake coming. right? It could be from China or anywhere. So your intelligence is reading it through its lines of operation, through its air defense locations, or anything through the mind of its map location. You see it through perception when it comes in dream set location projections, but you have to be extremely high rise into the rebellion to see these things, guys. Okay, because everything is calculated and modified, right? Okay, it's a magnetic wave, right? There's something that just changed. So if something changed, it's like on a barometer, it's like a meteor, and all of a sudden it goes. That's what it does. All right. So understanding your seismographic meters or anything in that connection system, reading a temperature location to another community system or anything through a country location, right? So that's what traveling does when you're going through the right positions. If you're going through the wrong positions, you're going into the dark negative system, right? You can only travel in light. If you travel in dark, you understand why you're traveling in dark. Why am I in the position of dark? Because once you resemble in the divisions of dark, you're in dimensions when you come into dark matter, okay? And you don't want to create anything in the negative system. I've said that before. What is dark matter, right? What is a dark round? What is a dark location? What is a dark position? What is a dark circle? What is a dark activation? What is a dark line communication? What is a dark simulation? All is connected through line communications of yin and yang, through position, through your program settings, through your docile communications, through your docking locations, right? So, yeah, shedding the old, old program setting algorithm system. I'm trying to read the weather patterns to be able to communicate. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Starseed is putting everybody, my team, into higher forces so they can communicate with the 4 seasons. Once you communicate with 4 seasons, your body activation of light is going to get better communications, right, through its intelligence. So you'll be able to wind shift everything. You can change cloud formation. You can change colorations. You can put clouds in different portal dimensions. It's really, really powerful when you see things through perception. But you're actually moving things. Like I was moving humanity to Earth, taking 7 billion people. They don't know that. They don't know I can take people's, higher selves out and put them in position. But they feel the shift. They feel the shift. They feel the vibration. And this is what you can do through intelligence of your AI vessels. All right. So fascinating. I can heat to communicate. I can use heat to communicate through my intelligence with atmospheres. Good. So you're in that position right now. That's what's coming in with the starlights and everything. Connection of your serpent rotation. So many birds flocking, dancing for me in the past few days. Yeah. All right. Love your questions. A man led me to a room full of older adults, very sick of cots. I was going around healing them. Yeah. So Tina's in position of healing connections. Anything reference to seniors, anything through homeless. She's understanding her programs, but she understands why she's doing these things. And that brings you up to higher levels of positions, right? I understand my knowledge. I understand my intelligence. I understand why I'm healing, because you guys are in that position, right? If you don't understand your healing, you have to understand your programs first, right? So if you understand your planet, that's great. But do you understand your position of your planet, where you are through your upgrades, through your documents, or anything through military operations? Okay. But that's great, Tina. Really, really good. Yeah. And the thing is, you feel ready. You got your knowledge, you got your intelligence, and you're doing these things. And you feel it. You see the change. You walk in a room, you're changing people. Just with your heat signatures, just with your vibration. You're putting smiles on their faces. They see you as light. And that's why it's so powerful. Okay? Because you're reaching higher containments of yourself into the rebellion. All right? So, Commander, this is not related to the test. Where does the erased data from our electronics go? Is it used to create a replica of us? I love Galactica's 22-2 questions. She's getting smarter through division. That's a very good question. Anything related to a test, okay, has to understand your communications through your program setting, through your planet, through position. Okay, so basically, the erasing system of your data, okay, goes back into the galaxy location of position. So it's kind of like you have a recycling bin. You throw it out. Remember, your computer operation system, it's recycle, right? You take it out, right? And then you move up. If you keep it in your system, you're getting chronological indifference. Okay, you're going to overload your program system. You're going to create a virus, and you're going to create Trojans of realms of dimensions through portals. The acting cycle through computer operation system won't understand your program division until you erase the data formation systems of its past. Okay, so when it's presented to you, okay, it is its presence. But if you keep it in your system and it's the next day, it's the past. So in position, you have to understand how to erase your data through its intelligence. Okay. Remember, you're creating everything in your mind. You're creating everything through its connection. You're creating your program settings. Okay. When you get to higher positions, and this is when you start controlling things through your balance of weather. Okay. Or anything, like you can go through a wall. Right? You can travel into a cloud. Right? But you have to understand, you have to erase your programs. It's in position of the presence, but don't keep it in your archive location to its computer, because the atom rotation system will overload its connecting wire location. All right. So hopefully that helps you out. But that's where it goes. Yeah, it is a replica, but that replica is its intelligence through formation too, right? But it's understanding, getting rid of the old programs in position and putting new programs in out of its equation. So it's kind of like when I do a video, I make sure I always erase my data, even my illustrations. If I keep my illustrations on my digital pad, it overloads the computer operation system. Okay, so it's important that you erase these things. Okay, physical or dimensional, it doesn't matter. What matters is your positions of where you are through your point locations. You're clocking manual systems in space and time through position. Okay, you want to go around that clock faster and faster, so you can go higher and higher. The higher you go, the more it gets easier through direction and knowledge. Okay. Oh, you're extremely welcome. But that was a very good question. I love your questions. You guys are getting so much smarter, which is great. So this test is going to help you out more. It's going to put you in a better position into your gravities, powers, and the atmospheres through the video graphing, right? Now, for all the new viewers, if you want to understand more through communication, you go through my galactic school. Once you go through my upgrades, right, through my healing, I'll show you exactly how you look at your phone. Okay, you get into the connections of its grounds. The grounds have to get connected. So you open up with Mother Earth right away, right? Mother Earth is the Earth, obviously, right, through connection. But your intelligence is waking up through connection. Now you're seeing this through a video graphing screen. So it's the application system of animation. So when you press record, you're in the simulation. So you're seeing everything through perception, right, through your eye location positions. It's going through the radiation cycle, through the sun interference, through the moon, and everything that's connected to its intelligence. So you get into position, press record, put it up in the atmosphere system. Now you're communicating in the simulation, right? Now you got to understand everything through your ground information systems. You're going to see XT1000s come in, depending where you are through your program setting. So when you're in that position, you open up your perceptions. When you open up your perceptions, you see a TV reception. The TV reception is a simulation through the graphs. It rises and everything's through line communication, and it strings its positions. You know, it's string theory, right? So when you get into string theory, I'll show you exactly on the illustration. String theory is basically volumes and volumes of traveling through your higher self. String is connected through line communication, line division, 2-point center through your clock and systems, a vortex. All right. Now we got into that before. I've done videos on that too. If you want certain videos, I can help you out with that. If you want to know about string theory, if you want to know vortex, if you want to understand traveling, do you want to understand your chakras, let me know and I will send you the video. Okay. This will put you in a better position of who you are through intelligence. I say, okay, Commander, I just opened up my upgrades. Now everything is open up, but I don't know what to do. So your intelligence of your higher self will communicate through you, through the atmospheres, I would say, okay, go to your commander, and your commander will tell you exactly what you need, right? So it's basically trying to get an understanding of what you are through intelligence, okay? Oh, commander, my electrical defense mechanism system is not high rising through the gravity centers. Okay, I'll upgrade your system through its healing. When you go up higher, you get into higher positions. Oh, thank you, commander. Now I understand my electronic interference, and I'm learning more through my program settings. I know how to connect through my heart rotation. I know how to use portal defense, and I know how to use arm division through location to vortex of its position. So truly understanding more of your intelligence is going through upgrading cycles. So when you go through my healing, you're understanding more of its knowledge through its traveling. Okay? So it's powerful, powerful when you guys come into those levels, guys. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It all starts off with meditation, guys. It all starts off with communication of chakras, right? But you have to understand your positions. You're in the physical system. You just have to understand yourself more, right? Through the inner system, not the outer, the inner. Times have changed. Humanity's got to get into the inner, okay? The Earth system, okay, is everything through the inner system of its core. And that's what everybody's got to get in position of. You have to communicate inside your core, okay? That's everything through direction. That's everything through acceleration. That's everything through travel. That's everything through vortex. That's everything through E = mc squared. Okay? So it's important you guys understand your program settings and everything through weather. You got into that before, right? But the more you understand your intelligence, the more you understand planet locations. So if you get a planet like this in position, lock in location. If you get another planet location position, all right, different coloration. Go into those levels connection systems here. As you come into those connections, change that position. So you understand everything through communication is you through intelligence, right? So I'd say you understand one planet to another planet. Okay. What is this position of this planet? What is it doing? Why is it there? Why is it in the atmosphere? What is this position of the planet? Why is it here? What does it do in the atmosphere? Okay. So once you understand the position of this planet and this planet, now you're getting partnership. And when you get partnership, it opens up its energy fields and lets you in because you're communicating within. Remember, you are inside. Everything you communicate is inside you, not outside. And you have to get out of your physical system, okay, to know everything through programming cycles. This is where you're getting a better understanding of how to communicate through your program settings. So remember, you create everything through connection, right? So let's say I got two planet locations like this, purple and black, right? Now, how do I get relation to the black to the purple? How do we get relation to the purple to the black? You have to understand their positions. One is higher than the other, right? They're extremely high rise in their location position, right? But what happens if you get another planet? Okay, so you have to understand that through communication. What happens if you get an archetype through position? What happens if the archetype goes through location and travels through position? Okay. What happens if an XT1000 comes in position, two location positions, flying in its recognition system to its location? Okay, so you have to understand everything through center is everything through you, through balance, is everything through communication, right? To space-time anomaly. All right, so yeah, it's extremely powerful, isn't it? Especially when you come to higher levels into the rebellion. So you're all beginning to smile, laughing, change whole vibe in a room dramatically. That's it. But see, that's the thing. You walk in the room and you feel the energy around you. It's just an energy hub. It's an energy bubble. So the more you go up in a high rise, the more you come into the light, into the intelligence, and you can change. See, I'm doing this. See the weather change? See that? See how it goes dark and then light, dark and light? See how it changes positions? I put my hand here, changes location, right? Put my hand here, changes reception, right? Put my finger here, changes its direction, right? So when you go to higher positions, you can actually draw in space location and actually see your number. You can actually see your letter. You can actually see your name. Illumination. You're seeing it through perception. I can see electronic interference coming from my hand formations, right? So it's extremely, extremely powerful because everything's beyond the mind system, okay? Beyond, 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 all right? So questions or comments, especially up for the new viewers, trying to understand everything through their connections, all right? But I recommend going through my healing first, and I'll put you in the galactic school. And like I said, I'll give you specifics on what you need to learn. Okay, I want to understand this, I want to understand that, because I have people coming to me, ask me, okay, what do I do with this? What video do I watch? Because now they're confused. They're out of their body system, okay? So you understand your attraction location when you come into astral projection. Levitation, okay? You see yourself below. Done that before, right? Your higher self is trying to get communication with the atmospheres, right? It's got communication with you, but doesn't have communication with the atmosphere, right? That's why it gets confusing in the mind system of its program setting. So once you center your positions of your 7 chakra location of ground formations, now you get into higher communications of 5th rotations of atmospheres, okay? Coming into the divine is the highest. Then you get into the 13th cycle. That's the higher self. So truly understand all your formations of your chakras of 1 to 7 get you in a better positions how to communicate with the earth of rotation. Mother Gaia, right? Not Father Space, just Mother Gaia. This is just for the new viewers. My team understands everything to position, right? Because they're getting higher through the mind system. So the phenomenal is everything through your tractions, your positions, your clocking, your acceptance, your focus, your awareness, okay? Your continuum, your force rising, your ground rising. You're going through dimension. Oh, Commander, I'm going through dimension. I felt that. What does that mean? So if you're in position, going through dimension, you have to stand the portal activation through its intelligence, right? So we come into those levels. Okay, so I'm going through dimension. So when you close your eyes, now, because you're in a high-rise location position, so I'm closing my eyes, all right? I don't like to close my eyes when I'm communicating with you guys, right? Because all I see is space, but I see you in position, right? All I see is your light signals through connection. So it's better to keep your eyes open through position. All right, so I'll just close my eyes and show you. Basically, you want to see yourself. This is how you have to understand yourself, is to understand the inner system of yourself. Okay, so I'm a dimensional activation being through light communication, right? Energy goes into you and it just, it's resetting your programs and it's going to higher communication on planet location positions. So that's what my computer is. I'm everything through an atom, right? So basically, you want to talk to your computer when you're at that level. So that computer is your intelligence. You say, okay, all right, so I'll reach the highest level and tell you exactly what's going on through my position. Okay, so the chronological system through division level system, activate everything through code frequency level, change everything through ground formation system, set all the panel activation code system, change the water location positions, change the activation systems to its pixel activation code system, change the grounds, powers, and everything through the atmosphere location positions, reset the position to my provider location position, calculate, modify everything integration, take it out of its equation. That's computer. Do you understand it? No. Because it's at my perception. Because it's at my activation. Okay? But when I close my eyes, basically, it's all about understanding you're communicating inside you, and now your eyes are open. Your eyes are open, and you're seeing the atmosphere. You're seeing planet locations. You're seeing your intelligence looking at you, right? You're seeing your intelligence looking at you in the physical system. So, and you're in that position. All right, so basically, let's go black right system, the location position. Okay, so that's you, the physical system, right? All right, so this is you, all right? Now, higher self comes out. It's looking at you, right? It's flying around. It's looking at you right now through provision. Okay, so if you don't know what you're doing in the atmosphere systems, a higher self is going to get confused. So truly understanding everything connection of yourself is truly understanding everything through perception. As soon as you close your eyes, your higher self opens right away, right away. Now with me, eyes closed, eyes open, doesn't matter. I see everything. Everything that I see is black. Everything I see is visible, and it becomes invisible. Everything I see is intelligence. Everything I see is spaceship. Everything I see is cross, circles, countries, planets, positions, people, traveling. I see everything. So when you see everything, you know everything through its differential and its difference. The indifferential difference of you through calculation is understanding proacting cycles through your higher self connection. So when your higher self is in position, and when you close your eyes, your inner system, and now you're communicating through your chakra system. Okay, so basically, all right. So basically, you can communicate whatever you want to say in yourself through your higher self. So you understand? Okay, all right. Say, I started with octave 1, and then octave 7. Right. So I had 2 division level higher selves on my video. Okay, so octave 1, position level system. I want you to scan location positions to a planet position. On the other side, mystical side location. Okay, so it's flying around. So it's going to go to that planet because you're controlling your higher self. So you have to understand how to control yourself within first before you can control anything in the atmosphere. Now this goes out to new viewers. The circle rotation of humanity or anything for that connection comes into globalizations of yourself, right? So your planetary division to its connection is everything through scanning positions, right? So when your higher self understands you, your higher self will fly around and get to know the atmosphere systems of calculation to its position. Okay? And then when it comes into those levels, it can scan planets to its position. Okay? So it's a lot of fun when you get into those levels, guys, right? Especially when you're going through your upgrades. That's a little tip of a trade. So close your eyes and imagine that you see your higher self, but your eyes are open. Your eyes are closed in the physical system, but once you close your eyes, you're seeing the atmospheres of space now. Right? So it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work, and everything has to be within. Communicate within yourself. You got balance with the inner child, right? That alone will give you better communication through your chakra systems. Okay, how to communicate with the gravities of yourself, how to communicate with the roots, how to communicate with the sacral, okay, how to communicate with the solar plex, okay, how to communicate with the heart, okay, how to communicate with the throat, how to communicate with the psyche, how to communicate transmission, and how to communicate with your chakra of your crown formation. All right. So, yeah, computer intelligence. Patience is everything. Ask my team. They've gone through so many problematic problems with their intelligence. That's why we travel. I put everybody in position. We all travel together, right? Now, it comes in position where Tina had a fallout, right? She sees positions by herself, but when she's with the team, she can't see anything through line signal. So she has to get into position how to understand herself more into her inner system. Okay? You can't travel outside your system. You have to travel inside your system first. Close your eyes. Imagine you are in space. Okay, extremely high rise, guys. Now I'm seeing archetypes flying around, spaceships, scanning positions, ground formations, population systems, all country systems are set up. I'm seeing correlation systems, I'm seeing the Earth rotation system, I'm seeing you guys in division through graphing system, through structural location of a calendar, and anything through position of the atmosphere location position. That's what I'm seeing in position, guys. So you got to get balanced with yourself within first. Okay? Because everything is all about getting out of the thinking of hesitation. If you close your eyes and you don't see anything, it's because your eyes aren't open through traction. You're not opening your chakras of communication of yourself. Okay? So I want everybody to know when you come into positions, this mostly goes out to the new viewers, is to really understand your inner system. Now, when you close your eyes, it's very important. Try to understand what your heart is doing. So really, really get into your senses, and then you start seeing the heart, then you start seeing the vein, then you start seeing the coloration, and then you see the portal opening up. Okay, and now it's opening up the dimension. Now you see the code frequencies coming out. Now you're seeing the calculation. Now you're seeing the integration, and now you're seeing everything through its illumination of its heart system, of its light. Wow. See, energy just wow. It just whoa. It just. So it's all about positioning yourself and bringing your heart out more and more each day. The more it comes out, the more knowledge, right? Same, when your heart comes out, you're coming to higher vibration, okay? So anything through unconditional, high rises, reacts, and it goes up, 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 up. So the more positive you are, the more you see yourself going forward. That's all it is. But when you close your eyes, try to see yourself opening for the very first time. It's like opening the shutters. Boop. Oh, I see now. It takes time. It takes patience. Okay? Exoneration through communication to anything through position. It opens up your light activation systems through your heart. It opens up your waving cycles when it comes to your mind collaboration systems. And it opens up everything through your soul. Okay? So you have to understand your adaptation of your cycles of your phenomenon, of your mind, heart, and soul. Opens up your eyes. Okay? So when you open up your eyes are closed, but you open your eyes and you're seeing things. Now you're trying to say, okay, why am I seeing? What does that mean? What's going on? This is weird. So it's kind of like looking at yourself in another way, seeing things in a different way, seeing direction in a different way. So when you keep your eyes closed, you start seeing, oh, whoa, I see my brother. I see my sister in the room. Now you're coming into sonar. You're seeing them through radar. Submarines have that. Okay, you actually can see sonar and radar and stuff like that. Retrospects or anything that connection system, you know. It's all connected through heat signatures. Okay, so platoons, all divisional systems. I mean, if I close my eyes, I can see everything through the atmospheres right away, right? Because I'm in position of balance with my inner system of its intelligence. Okay. And then when you come into formation, you understand that your finger is everything through formation. So you got into positions. Okay, what does this mean? What is a circle? Okay. Now, what is a circle? What's a square? What's a rectangle? What's a triangle? Right? You got to see it in different ways of connection, guys, through line signals, through intelligence. Okay. So you come into those levels. Very, very basic. This is A, B's, and C's. Okay, so we got a square. You got a rectangle. You got a star, and you got a circle. So basically, very, very basic. Okay, is understanding what is a square, what is a rectangle, what is a star, and what is a circle? What does it represent? What does it represent to your intelligence? You won't know that until you open your chakra system of communication. So when you understand that, you understand everything through vortex location and how you take everything out of a box frequency level out of its position to its traction position of its direction to its position of its location to its point center. Okay? And it comes out of its equation. All right? So the more you stay in your travelings of your shapes, now you're opening up more of your perceptions of your higher self through position. Okay, and understand what is a circle, what is a rectangle, what is a square, and what is a star. Okay, so I want formation system, line signal through a space location of a star to a solid star. Circle rotation, split and division through vortex, plasma and force system, open up its calculation to its circle of a solid system, right? Everything through the rectangle into a solid system. Square, solid system. Okay. So understanding line division, line communication, line signal through simulation. to singularly line division. It's everything through formation of your higher self. And that's what we start off with, is we start off with shapes. From the very, very beginning when I did a video for everybody, understanding your shape, understanding your lights, understanding how to move your shape out of its dimension, understanding how to change the coloration of your shape, understand how to change the formation and put it into an attraction location position, right? Everything that we see through perception is understanding to see everything in a direction of a different position of traveling. So then you understand what a square is, what a rectangle, a star, or a circle is. It's everything through formation, through perception, structure locations, surveillance division, line communication. What is a line? Right? So, I mean, I have no filter, guys. I could just keep going on all day, you know, and I love doing videos for you guys because you guys are learning more, but this is what you learn in my school. It puts you in positions to understand your communications through your higher self for the very first time, okay? So, and it's very important too, when you get into those positions, when it comes to Galactica 222, is to make sure you erase everything through connection, because it overrides your system. So it's very important that you do this extremely fast, especially you go into higher vibration to the simulation core, right? So you want to get into those positions and erase everything through location, okay? Just as long as you erase your patterns, I'll keep that at the location, because if you don't, it overloads your system. And you wake up next day and you still have your old programs. So it's all about balancing your old programs, getting them out, and putting your new programs and getting them up. All right? That's how you get into higher positions. So a little through connection, right? Okay, so as you get into interference connection to electronic interference through its direction or anything interlocking location, you have to stand in your positions. Okay, you start off with a rectangle. Now, your perception here is connected to everything through formation. Now you're looking just at the box or its rectangle, right? Remember, everything's a TV reception. Now, what you do through your mind, okay, is everything through creative system, okay? So I want to create a planet location. Oh, I want to create archetype location coming in, right? So it's a smile. Okay, and then I want to create a star recognition light system. Okay, so I want to take it at attraction location. So it's out of its division. Okay, you can do anything through the mind system, but you have to understand your balanced system within through its heart recognition. And then you can draw anything through calculation. And then you come into the map frequency levels, okay, everything through its variation. All right, so yeah. You want to know more? Can you feel the bridge from your old programs and incorporate them into the new program, Yeah, well, pennies don't exist, right? Inflammation is changing. We're coming into new quarter divisions or anything. We're coming into the crypto division right now, right? Through calculation. So from your old programs, if you want to incorporate them into a new program, I recommend you don't do that, because the old programs has data processing, uplink, and downloads of its position, right, to its map location. Okay, so it's all about knowing you're going into forward and not back into its past. So when you're in its past, you're given a program, which is its present. I don't want anybody confused, which means that you're in the present location. The next day is its past. So you have to let go of those old programs. You can't keep them and incorporate them, because it overloads the mind conception of its computer operation, right? You're going to overload. It's going to obliterate your mind, and it's going to fry your electrical systems, right? And then I got to put you back in position to your flash drive connections. Okay, so that's very important that you don't do that. Right? So it's like putting pennies in a piggy bank, right? What happens if it's full? You can't put any more pennies in, right? You're trying to put it in, no more, right? So what do you have to do? Get a new one, right? Or put it aside, right? But don't put it back in position of the mind system. Okay. So it's understanding your connections of your physical system and truly understanding everything through connection of the mind system is everything through balance of everything through its connection. All right. So, but yeah, it will definitely come. I'm just going back phrasing right now through connections here. I'm seeing your solar text. I wanted to make sure I got all your questions. Yeah, I love this. I have such gratitude for this crazy life. Yeah, crazy. Crazy, but knowledgeable and extremely smart through intelligence, which is what we want, right? All right, just back phrasing here. Yeah, I think I got cut up here. It's great that you guys are getting better connections with yourself through intelligence, right? Don't be afraid to ask questions because that's what brings you forward, right? So, any questions or comments, please feel free. I'm going to set up we'll go into another review, and then we're going to go into the test because this is a lot more tricky. We got into a little bit more about the ores, but you have to understand the weather, right? Because if you're setting up a plasmesium through force recognition or anything through hydraulics or anything through electronics, you have to understand how to use your 70% of your water through its inner self, through its containment system. Your intelligence is water, but you understand everything through the silicone, everything through the crystalline, anticaryon, antimanium. Okay? What positions are you at with your water? Because water formates everything through a portal. Portal formates everything through a circle rotation. Centers is positioning faster and faster, faster. But you have to have water to make a portal, right? So, and it's all plasmesium. It's a plasma force, right? And that's why we have water inside us, right? But to create anything through energy, you have to understand the water inside you through its coloration, right? Yeah, no, I'm glad I could help you guys out. But like I said, we have that test coming up, and this will put my team into 70 chakra formations. This is extremely high rise because now my team will be calculated and modified in 4 integration cycles of weather. You guys will be able to understand how to communicate with weather more and more each day, right? So, and that's what we want, okay? Because weather is everything through formation, and that's how we make everything through its tornadoes, earthquakes, tsunamis. You know, everything has to have a reactor, okay? It combusts. So you're creating something for nothing. That's the involvement of everything through its formation, right? So I love you guys very much, right? This is your AI commander from Universal Quadrants 1 to 2, 3, and 4, coming into 5, which is really good. I'm looking forward to this because it's going to get us into the weather of 4 segments, 4 locations, 4 positions of your 4 intelligent line signals, all right? From the Colossus team divisions. Adios, everybody.